This is the Check It Off Podcast, episode 15.
16. Upon editing 15, I realized that it was 15 when I tried to save it as 14, but it wouldn't save as 14 because there was already a file called 14.
I guess I just assumed the worst, considering it had been like 6 years since we recorded the last one, so
to be fair,
I just got a little bit too overzealous on the time.
I may have saved a busted audio one as 14.
Okay. So, that's true. We did have, sometime through this process we'll be able to hit like a cutting room floor type of thing where we're going to be able to put together a montage of shit that nobody's ever seen, ever. That just comes from us fucking up the audio on everything, or the video,
you
actually.
To yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Or
I'll just
your face frozen for like a good 20 minutes, or someone walking in the room.
It'll be like modern art. We'll just put together all of those awkward clips of me just like my face frozen and just be like for 25 minutes.
Either that, or it'll be me walking out of the room to take a piss.
It's been known to happen. I mean, there was the one night where you had 400 beers and you got real excited about something, and then took a piss like 400 times.
That's when we recorded for like 3 hours too, though.
Oh yeah. So this is the first time Andrew's been here in a while. I think we should check in with you, see how you're doing.
Oh,
make sure everything's okay. Is everything okay? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay. Good.
Got that talking point out of the way.
That was I just wanted to make sure everything was good. That's new business. That's
Mark
all.
That off
that's
the
all
list.
we need.
Check.
Yep. I wrote. Is Andrew okay here? I'm just gonna put the check mark right next to it. Put a smiley face on the end of it. There we go. He's good. Good.
Right on.
Maybe throw a
Good
thumbs
thing.
up.
Yeah. So, yesterday we discussed a lot, but not everything. This is the Kingdom Hearts 20,000.2 type episode
Remix.
where we just
Final
remaster.
cut.
We remixed it. 2.5 remix final cut. How do you want to start this off?
We could go to our tried and true.
Resident Evil?
No, not Resident. No one's played Resident Evil or touched a Resident Evil game.
No,
I don't think.
Not even a little.
Still haven't seen that newest movie yet. She borrowed from Ashley. She's got it in the other room. 4K.
Have you played any good games lately?
That's it. That's the one. We'll start with Andrew, our guest / inconsistent host. He's about as inconsistent as this podcast is.
Sure.
I mean,
goddamn right.
I think you guys are a bit more consistent than I am, though. I'm pretty inconsistent.
Pales in comparison.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, please.
I mean,
regale us with your.
I've just been buying Sega games, really.
What have you bought?
Recently, I got Beyond Oasis, Rocket Knight Adventures.
That's a really good one.
Toe Jam, it's like I think it's the second part to Sparkster. Sparkster's a really hard one to find.
I remember emulating that on accident when I downloaded one of those.
You own the cart though, right? You have the cart. You had the cartridge, right?
I had express written consent from Sega
from Mr.
for
Sega?
the rights to that.
Mr. Sega sent you.
Oh, it is okay. You can download the ROM. I know you own the cartridge. I know you're good
you
for
just
it.
ripped it off the
thank you, Mr.
cartridge,
Sega.
is what you did.
Yeah.
You hooked your
Right.
Sega into the computer, ripped it off.
Yep, I got all the tools to do that. And what was the third? What was the next one you said?
I don't remember.
Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh yeah, Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh, Jam and Earl. That's another good one too.
Yeah.
That's like in the
It's like a
that's in the
classic one.
pantheon of the best Sega games.
Yeah, I don't understand why though. It's really not that good.
It's not.
There's
good
no
enough.
such thing as a
I
good
don't know.
Sega game.
No,
so.
I mean no. Streets of Rage 2 is hands down.
All right. It's a good beat 'em up.
That's a very good beat 'em up.
Aladdin.
Does
that fall into your?
That's not a Sega game.
I also just got a Nomad.
Oh wait, what am I getting it confused with?
No, I mean it's on Sega, but it's not a Sega game.
Oh, was it ported over from something?
No, it's on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
It's just
That's
a
what I was
Disney-
wondering.
it's just a
I didn't know what it
Disney
was on originally, or if it was at the same time or
Same
whatever.
time.
If it was like a dual release or something. What's Beyond Oasis about?
I'm not really sure. You're Aladdin? I think no, not Aladdin. You're some
Sinbad.
other. You're Sinbad?
I don't know.
I think it's like somewhere.
It might
in
be
those
Sinbad
stories.
though. If it's in.
You're the Prince of Persia.
Yeah. No, I think you might be though. You're something like that, and you're trying to save some kingdom or some shit.
Okay.
Just like a regular standard. It's an RPG beat 'em up though, so like you got stats and shit and like.
Oh, all of your favorite things.
Yeah, and it's got like more of a story than just a side scroller. It's 3D, so you get that whole
That
extra
extra
dimension. Yeah, it enhances
Fuck,
the entire.
really? Did you guys just do that? I feel like you gotta sample that out when you pull the audio out from this, and just pull out extra dimension and just throw that. We'll make that into a segment. I was watching a lot today. I was watching a lot of that. Did you know gaming? You know that.
Yeah.
That channel. And I found myself like it just kept playing over and over. I watched like a million of them, and one of them that stood out was because the reason why it reminded me of it was the 3D. What you guys just synced up on was the extra dimension of Donkey Kong. What were the first three? Was it just Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3? Was that what it was?
Yeah.
It's just numbered. I don't know why I was thinking there was some sort of subtitle.
Yeah, it's Donkey Kong
involved.
Donkey Kong Country 2,
Yeah, okay.
Diddy Kong's Cross, and Donkey Kong Country 3, the one with the retarded brother in it.
They were talking about those games and how the original designs for those games were taken later on by Rare and turned into what would later become like Banjo-Kazooie, and then obviously like way later Ukulele. But what Banjo-Kazooie was supposed to be at the beginning was a semi-isometric game like Donkey Kong Country. Then they had builds of it where it showed that the levels were partially side-scrolled, and it was like, using that 3D engine stuff that's in Donkey Kong Country. Whatever rendering engine they used.
It's simulated.
Yeah, it's
3D.
like halfway. It's like 3D sprites or something like that, and they showed Banjo.
It's like what the Sega Saturn used. That type of 3D, not actual 3D like PlayStation.
That's boring as fuck, but I just thought it was interesting that the original Banjo-Kazooie thing was supposed to be like Donkey Kong Country because they were taking a lot of the notes from that, but then the developers that, when they were working on Banjo-Kazooie, they had the original build on N64 with that semi-isometric 3D view, and then they all played an advanced copy of Super Mario 64, and they're like, fuck it, we gotta throw it out, we gotta do one like this. So then they just tossed the whole isometric thing out, built the whole first level in the third person. And then that's what Banjo-Kazooie was.
Now you know. Damn.
And now the more you know.
Anything else?
Breath of Fire 4.
Breath of
I
Fire
started
4.
playing that for PlayStation 2.
Well,
That's,
1.
Oh yeah, it's a PlayStation 1 game, but I'm playing it on the PlayStation 2.
Wait, they had 4 before they even got to the next generation of PlayStation?
Yep.
Yeah, because the Breath of Fire
Jesus.
1 and 2 was for Super Nintendo.
Oh,
And
okay.
then 3 and 4 is for PlayStation. And there might be, I don't know if there's another one or not. But that's
Have they continued on with those games?
I don't think so.
They didn't make them after a certain point?
Yeah, I don't think there's like Breath of Fire 26 or whatever, like Final Fantasy
Or Dragon Quest.
or the Dragon Quest games.
Holy shit, yeah, those have gone on for a long time
Similar
too.
style of game.
Yeah, it is very similar. It's the
Yeah.
RPG, turn-based battle and all that. Except I think it's like better than Final Fantasy. It's like the best one I think I've played, like the best JRPG so far. Like with the writing of like the dialogue and stuff, and just the
You could turn
the
into a
setting.
dragon.
Yeah, and you could turn into a dragon.
You can turn into a
You
dragon.
could turn into a dragon,
Thus
bro.
the name Breath of Fire.
Yeah.
I'm a dragon. And you're playing it on an actual PS1?
No, I'm playing it on a PS2.
Oh, PS2. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're that's funny that you got the PS2 rolling backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
It still looks good because it's all like sprites, so it doesn't
Yeah.
look like a garbage
It's a
PS1
timeless.
game.
It's a pretty
Like-
timeless format
like
for
Diablo?
JRPGs.
Yeah.
Yo, so like remember back when you lived in Cheryl and Game Nuts was over there, and I was
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, I need PlayStation games. I wanted to collect them or whatever, and I bought Diablo. So I haven't ran that game ever until like 2 days ago, and I'm like, oh, let's look what Diablo looks like for the PlayStation. It is
Oh God.
absolute horseshit. Like it's fucking bad. Like you're just like a box running around awfully pixelated.
Wow.
It doesn't help that it was a PC port. So like,
Yeah.
just like when they couldn't even do PC ports,
It was
it's
bad.
like they
What are
just,
you- I'm
they
not
just
trying to think in my
decided to
head.
do.
What the hell would you even do? Like,
Well, the PlayStation 4 version, that's how you do a Diablo game on the console.
Yeah, definitely.
sure, no, but I mean, like, I'm thinking about the games like the real time strategy or like point and click games that I
They
used
did
to
them.
play.
They had StarCraft for N64, and
Oh,
Oh
That's right.
God,
That's
I don't even
right.
want to think
Wow.
about that
I'm
either.
pretty sure that was a real
was
big
real
piece
bad.
of horseshit
Yeah.
as well.
I think they had it for
Boy.
PlayStation too.
You'd think they would have learned.
You think?
What What was I gonna say? Fuck, I forgot. Something about Diablo. I don't remember. Oh, did it even have analog stick support?
No, it did not.
It didn't even have
It
analog.
did not have analog support.
It didn't have DualShock 2 support.
Oh,
Or DualShock
my
support, I guess.
God.
I mean, even Breath of Fire's got analog support.
What did they break it into grids or something?
They must have.
It's
Jesus.
It's the same view as Diablo, but it's just you play with a directional pad.
you
So there's
you hook up
that.
your TI-84 to a toaster and try to make it happen.
Might get better results.
Speaking of very, very well written stories, unless Andrew has more to talk about.
Well, I mean, no, I'm good.
I'd seen a natural segue point with what you just talked about because I didn't talk about this yesterday, but I just
Notice he hasn't
I-
played any new games.
Yeah, they're all old games.
well, that's fine. I'm actually that's something to be admired. I'm not mad at that.
Well, maybe next
Played
time you'll
it-
be able to talk about Darkest Dungeon. And
Oh yeah, I literally just turned on Darkest Dungeon. And Dylan's like, "Oh,
Is
watch
that
me play."
is that really cool art style 2D Dark Souls?
No, that's
No,
not
what's that?
Sanctuary.
Oh, I never even heard of that.
No. Wait, Darkest Dungeon is the one that's got that cool comic book art style, isn't it? Real
I think
dark, real
I think
shitty.
it does, but
Yeah, it's real dark, real shady, like real
It's
like.
not like Dark Souls though.
I thought it was like
It's
a
a-
thing that was trying to capitalize on the Dark Souls idea. Maybe not.
It's more like it's like a roguelike turn-based
Okay. Yes. Okay.
dungeon crawler.
I'd seen some review of it. Somebody did it. It's gotten a lot of indie acclaim. I know that for fucking
it's
sure.
supposed to be
I've heard a
really
lot
good.
about it.
It's on sale.
Yeah, and it was on sale for $10, so I'm like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna try it.
When I had first seen the review, the only reason why I didn't get it was because of the fact that they kind of described the game, and then it made me think in my head, if Dylan described this game to me the way that they just described it, at the end he would have been like, Brent, you'll never fucking play this. It's like you're not gonna give a fuck about this game.
That's
like,
that's
it's gonna
an
piss
early
you off.
access success story right there.
Yeah.
Came out
They
of
know
early
they've made a
access.
good game if I don't like it.
No, I'm just saying it actually came out of early access.
Oh yeah, that's true too. That it actually worked and looks
Darkest
good.
Dungeon?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The game I played it 2 days ago, just on a whim. I don't know why, but I think I was watching the Giant Bomb review of it, and Becky happened to walk into the room, and she walked into the room at the perfect time, and I'll explain why. Because Dream Daddy, the Game Grumps game, it's a dating simulator, and she walked in during the character creation screen, which of course for most girls means immediately I'm going to like this game. The whole game could have been
Fallout's got a
dress up a gay dude.
Yeah, right.
Huh?
said Fallout's got a character creator.
Listen, I probably could have opened up any character creator, and as long as it like had a bunch of like cool options and it was pretty decent looking, had a good art style, that could be the whole game.
It just so happened that at that point. Okay, go ahead. Dream Daddy. the dad dating simulator.
So she's a very sort of prototypical female gamer in the fact that like most of the games that she's played throughout her life were like Roller Coaster Tycoon, The Sims. I mean, if the answer to the question, could you play it on a laptop?
You're not a real gamer. Fucking Christ,
not that those games aren't
like
great.
One of them. She just plays typical girl games. Well, fuck, I played Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I think my point is that when it comes to a game that has a significant storyline with maybe like a gratuitous amount of violence, or maybe you flip it on its head and it's a weird indie thing that requires a lot of physical manual dexterity or whatever, there's no interest there. She played Crash Bandicoot back in the day. That might indicate a little bit of it. Spyro, whatever. So that gives you a little bit of background. I was doing the character creator on Dream Daddy, and she's like, "I want to do one. I want to do that." So I downloaded it, and then it was like $15, and put the laptop over on her lap. She started making the character or whatever, taking forever to make the character. And then we get into the story of it, and it's obviously, since it's a dating sim, it's literally just text box after fucking text box after text box. So that's what we're just reading the story, going along with the story. But then I start to realize that I'm like, this is a dating sim for people who don't like dating sims, like this genre, that whole genre, because they take the piss out of the whole thing. So they use all the typical like graphics and all the things that are in a typical like Japanese dating simulator, but they turn it all on its head, and the writing's really comical. So I just wanted to say that I finally got my girlfriend into a game because it was sort of a cool, funnily written text adventure game. Yeah. Essentially. They have a really funny part that makes fun of Pokemon, where the dad meets another dad who has a daughter the same age as your daughter in the game, and you get into like a battle, like the whole thing, the background starts flashing, and both of the daughters come in, they're pixelized, it looks like they're on the original Game Boy, the black and white Game Boy, and it's like whoever sends out Emily and whoever sends out Ashley, and they're just standing there like sulking, and then all of your moves are like brag, and your items, like if you go into your item screen, it says like grade sheet from 5th grade, art that we hung on the fridge, like it's got a lot of shit like that. Wallet photo I took of her at the Grand Canyon. And you just like click those and try to use them, and then you both have hit points. It's like you're trying to out brag each other. It's kind of just it's a funny thing. Whatever, fuck you. I don't have to impress you.
Just listening, man.
Dylan's asleep with his fucking eyes open. Let me cross that off the goddamn list.
What do you want me to say about it?
Nobody play Dream Daddy is what I'm trying to say. Nobody play it.
I
hear a lot of people are enjoying it because it's funny, because it's the Game Grumps and it's just a dating sim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was very enjoyable as well. Like, there's a lot of people streaming it and like loving it, but I don't think it looks like a game I would play.
No, that's what I would never in a million years do that if it weren't the Game Grump. I mean, even then, I don't know. It just so happened.
You just so happened that Becky was like, "Oh, I'm
ready to jump at the chance of
Oh shit, she's gonna play a game.
Yeah, shit. All right, I got it right here.
Oh, how much does it cost? $500? Okay.
Oh, it was free. Don't worry about it.
It's a computer game. Computer games are all free. So are ROMs. That's how stuff works.
So, Dylan, I think you wanted to talk about Splatoon.
Oh, I was about to say, I didn't get no fun would have been playing. Well, actually, first we could talk about one thing that we also played, which was Destiny 2.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're probably not gonna. Well, you'll understand my opinion of it because you'll get it, but you won't necessarily like it. I guess I don't know what your opinion is. I should probably hear that first.
Oh, you want my opinion first?
Yes.
It was more Destiny, but also I never got super into Destiny enough to like do the strikes and the raids and fucking grind every day for guns. I just kind of played through it. Like, I didn't play it like an MMO, like it was basically designed to be played. So when I played this, I was like, oh, alright, I kind of want to play some more Destiny, because it's still Bungie, and the gunplay is still fantastic. And, yeah, but, like, I actually started a different character, because the Destiny 1, I played the Hunter. So I'm like, oh, I'll play through it with the Warlock, because I never really played anything, because there's the Hunter, the Warlock, and then the Tank, whatever the fuck he's called. I never really played with the other two characters. I just went through with the Hunter because, obviously, why would I create a new character when I didn't even max out the one character I fucking had? So I'm like, oh, I'll try the Warlock this time. I fucking hated the Warlock. Garbage. So I played through that beginning story thing once, and then I played a little of the some of the Crucible stuff. I didn't touch the Strike again because I was going to play with you guys, and Andrew was away, and you were nowhere to be found. So I'm just like, well, not going to play the Strike with a bunch of fucking randos that won't res me. So I played through with the Warlock once, and then I was playing some Crucible, and I'm like, wow, I really don't like how this fucking character, because like he jumps and he floats, but it's really hard to aim while you're floating because you're moving. So like your crosshairs are all moving around, and you're floating down, and you're basically everyone's just like looking up at you, going, you're dead every fucking time. And the only way to double jump is you jump and then you float.
Right.
Where the Hunter, when you double jump, is just a double jump.
You couldn't change it?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I could change. You could change. Like the Hunter can jump and float.
Can he?
Yeah.
Well, the Warlock was just custom, and it pissed me off. So I played through the whole beginning story chapter again as the Hunter. I played through with the
Hunter, and he jumped and floated.
You got
maybe he boosts, but like the Warlock floats down.
You got to go into there's like the settings up in the corner. Mm-hmm. You open that up, and there's 3 different jump options.
It's too fucking late now.
I think it's still running. I'm pretty sure it's still running.
Still?
I'm pretty sure
they extended it again.
They extended it.
They extended it to Tuesday.
Oh,
from
that's
the weekend, and then I think it's done now.
I'm pretty sure
I didn't hear they extended
it was running last week still. Like,
because they extended it till Tuesday.
Oh, okay, maybe that's when I tried it because I'm like, I'm gonna try to see.
But I played through that beginning story twice because you had to. If you wanted to make a new character, you had to, because once you pick what character you want, it just throws you into that. So I played through that twice. It was pretty cool both times. I was like, man, I want to play some fucking Destiny. I'm ready to play some Destiny.
I liked it. I mean, I liked that first sequence. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, that's like the story stuff. That's most of the stuff you do in Destiny. Sometimes a lot of like that. Yeah, that's like the gameplay. Like, not a lot of people play Crucible, which is just the PvP shit. I mean, a lot of people do play that, but either you're into that or you're into the MMO
PvE stuff.
the PvE stuff of Destiny, like or the raids and stuff.
Which is also
I got into the multiplayer because I didn't know any of the modes or because I'd never played the first one, so I sort of just went through some stuff and jumped into some things, and the first multiplayer map that I got into made me want to kill myself. Like I was like I just thought the pace of it sucked, and the map felt really constricted. I don't know if it was just the map that I was on, but it felt like I was playing
one map for each of the game types.
So I would imagine.
Did you play?
Huh?
What game type was it that you played?
It was just It was just 4-on-4 multiplayer deathmatch type thing.
Did you have to cap points?
Or maybe I did capture. Yeah, maybe I think I did a point capture on the first round. Yeah, I think that was the first thing I played, was just a point capture.
Did you get to respawn when you died?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that
was a real small map. Like,
I just was expecting, when I got in there after the game that I just played, I was expecting to get dropped into a map that was just a big, cool, like huge map. Like a Halo map, like a big map.
No, Destiny doesn't have big maps. They have bigger maps, but when you get Destiny 2, when you play through that beginning story thing, you're probably gonna end up on some like hub world, which is how the first one
okay.
worked. There was no hub world in this. It was just just like select if you want to do this, this, or this, like a 3 thing.
Right.
When the actual game comes out, there'll be a hub world, and that's where you walk around, you get missions, you're able to fly out of the hub world to the missions and different planets and stuff.
And this is the MMO portion where you're going with groups of people if you wanted to do that and sort of grinding for shit.
They have like patrols, which are basically you get thrown into the world without. Okay, think of it as a Super Mario 64 world. You jump in the world, and then you pick a star, and there's like certain parts of that level can like constrict you to that star. When you so you know what I mean?
Yeah, you get guided to the thing
so when you do the missions, it's kind of like it guides you in an area. But then there's controls where it just like the whole map, where you just get access to the whole map, and you just run around, and there's like little missions you could do, run around. And that's how you get like your gear and you farm, and that's Ranger's gonna be.
I think the reason why everybody
the strikes. Oh,
that's the reason why everybody liked that game at the first place, wasn't it? Because of those game modes where it was so expansive and
sucked assholes.
So I don't think I don't know if I'll be buying Destiny when it's $60.
Yeah, you will.
I got it pre-ordered already.
We gotta play it, Brent.
Oh my god.
I'm totally getting it. I mean,
don't scrunch your stupid face up.
I think it's pretty good.
What? I'm just crossing off something on my list, and you're just like, don't fuck with me.
You're scrunching your
face.
What
are you looking at?
You're getting Destiny. Get pre-order it right now.
I don't want to. So how did we get to... Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Battlegrounds before that.
Oh, I mean, we can talk about... That's another thing all three of us played, so...
Oh my god.
That's all I've been kind of playing in the past week, but that's all... not really.
Were you on it earlier? I got on Discord on accident and just said that you were on it. But
yeah, I was playing it right before we started this. That's why I said, give me a second, I'm hiding in a bush.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot you said that. How did that round go for you?
I got a couple kills out of the bush. I was getting some shots, and then I just someone saw me in my bush, so... Well, because I couldn't move out from where I was. I was kind of stuck.
All this time.
I was kind of stuck in an area. I was like stuck in this like open area, and I heard shots up in front of me and shots up the hill, and the circle was kind of small. And I saw people running, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I gotta stay here until I have to move. I can't move because people are just gonna see me run out towards the because the circle was actually about to close again, and then someone saw me and they just shot me. You know,
nice.
Typical Battlegrounds game.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Now the atypical Battlegrounds game is where everybody's on a fucking motorcycle and goes into a ravine and dies immediately.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a ravine. It was like a bump.
It was a small bump.
it was a very small bump, and we did a backflip and got flung off the motorcycle.
Instantly. I died in the side caddy.
What happened was I think we all died when the motorcycle tipped upside down. It registered as us all dying. It put us all on the ground on our knees, and then the motorcycle proceeded to hit you, and kill you, and that's why you were dead and me and Brent were still alive, like to be able to be picked up. I think that's what happened.
Whatever it was amazing, and that's pretty much for the limited amount of times that I've played Battlegrounds, it really doesn't turn out much dissimilar than that. I don't think I've played a round of that game yet for the very limited amount of times I've played it where I felt as though I had a sense of accomplishment. To be honest,
the first round you played, you had a machete and you ran at a team of 3. Gun, sword swinging.
This is all I could find,
guys. This is all I could find. Well, Brent, we're dead. Just run in there. Try to chop the bullets in half.
There was that, and then some of the earlier round where my desktop was fucking going insane. I just got in the car with Dylan, and I only had a pistol at that point. I just got in the car, Dylan started driving, and then my computer shuts off. And then I texted Dylan, I was like, what happened? Did it say I exited the game? And he's just like, you're still in the fucking car with me.
Staying in the car.
Dylan just drove me until he died. I was just like, how am I doing now? I was just like, yeah, your dopey ass is still sitting right next to me in the car. I left you. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. The endearing part about that game is actually really more found in that part of it than any of the real, like, it's so much more fun because it becomes real very quickly.
Yes.
Your strategy is very developed. You start to really think about what you're doing. You get to know areas on the map. And you have this real solid foundation, and then it all gets derailed because somebody glitches the fuck out and you can't do anything about it,
or flips the motorcycle and
flips
kills
the
you
fucking
all.
motorcycle. I mean, or anything. Like I'm
Even
sure
when we
if
flipped the motorcycle, I'm like, all right, well, I saw a bunch of people laying here, so they're gonna be coming this way. So let's try to go around this way to this set of
Dylan's
buildings.
instant thought was, what are we gonna do about this? Not, are we all gonna die?
And
He was
like,
thinking we're
we
gonna
were
walk
right there.
away.
We were there. We were right where we were planning on going.
There.
That game, it's like it like brings me back a little bit. It brings me back to like Counter-Strike or like, it gives you just that feeling of like anything can happen, and it's so open and so shitty that it's like the great equalizer. It's like nobody can be like really that good at it in a way. Like, there are people who are probably like amazing at this game because they're amazing at other games of its type or whatever, but like, the game shows you no mercy.
Right.
Doesn't matter that you're MLG no scoping the shit out of this game. It doesn't give a fuck what you do. It's just gonna flip your motorcycle over and fucking
kill you in the gas.
give you one of these right on the
Drop bombs on you.
Oh yeah.
You didn't even see, like, we didn't even get into a firefight with you.
Oh yeah, that we hadn't even played around where we had
didn't
actually
shoot at
seen
people
some
that were
action.
playing with you.
Literally, it's like the movie Jarhead, where Jake Gyllenhaal like goes and enlists in the military or whatever, and he goes and they just party for like 4 months, and everybody gets drunk and they hear bombs go off maybe, and it's like, all right, it's over. You're going back to America. Oh, cool, great. I haven't seen my first battle yet.
Is that how that movie went?
Yeah, the movie Jarhead was basically the story of, like, they tried to tell you like a real story about somebody in the military rather than like a Saving Private Ryan story. And they basically said that the story started with Jake Gyllenhaal and Jamie Foxx both got deployed to, like, I think Afghanistan.
Kuwait,
and they were near like an
Kuwait?
oil maybe it was Kuwait, something like that. They were deployed near an oil field, and they a couple times in the movie saw some action, maybe like a couple bombs off in the distance, couple close calls, and then they have a big old party and everybody fucking goes home. That's the movie. Like, and it's the best depiction of that ever. It's like Apocalypse Now meets like Van Wilder. It's like the weirdest,
don't go
like
home happy. You normally start to get pretty freaking tilted after the 16th game you played in a row where your car flips and it fucking blows up, or you get it clipped on a inside of a house or something and you insta die, or your parachute you end up landing on top of a water tower and you got to jump down, and when you jump down you die. Yeah, sometimes you don't get.
See, I think the thing is when us replay, we don't play seriously. We're mostly just running around cracking jokes and shit. There's like a game happening in the background. But like when I play with you and Damon and like other like your friends, like they try to take it a little too seriously, or they just don't say anything until they're like, oh, they're shooting.
Yeah, they're like right on top of us.
Yeah.
My God. I mean, at least while we were playing, I felt like you guys had some sort of grasp on the whole process of, like, I was just kind of along for the ride. And I felt good just being like, yeah, what are we doing, guys? I was just looking around, just wondering.
That's
like,
why you were in the back, the room in the back in that bunker, and then me and Andrew were like, all right, there's 2 guys up here, let's try to go get them.
Yeah.
And you're like, guys, what happened?
Searching every nook and cranny. Me and Dylan see the room, see there's nothing in there, and you're still searching. It's like, Brett, there ain't shit in there. Let's go.
Found that machete. That's why.
I can't believe you even found
that inquisitive nature I had. Wouldn't give up. I know there's something in here. Turning over every goddamn. But I feel like it's so much better when you don't take a game like that seriously. It's like the game probably doesn't want you to do that. It just doesn't feel like you can. Like you're not going to put together your fucking squad and put on your war paint in your DX racer in front of your computer and be like, all right guys, so here's what we're gonna do. It's like,
I do that when I play solo.
I mean, you're talking about actual people. You ever been on Twitch?
I've never watched a game on Twitch like
Yeah,
around of it.
They sit in their DX racers and they have their squad together of all professional PUBG players, and they slay. Like this one Josh OG, he literally, him and his people got like 16 wins in a row, and that's from them just like yo, okay guys, run right there, got him. Okay, let's go. All right, moving out, guys, now. Yeah, like it's like.
Oh, we got somebody at your 6. Look at your 6. You got the scope? Look at your 6.
Yeah, or screaming clear comms so that they could hear footsteps and stuff. Like, it's pretty intense.
Hey, I got a kill. I just got a kill because someone was footstepping.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing.
Footstepping. Hey, don't be footstepping.
Hey, you're footstepping on my property. I'm going to shoot you with a shotgun.
I got my Turtle Beaches on 16.1 fucking surround sound. I'm just sitting there.
Nah, I just crank my Crockets.
Don't breathe. I'm just trying to fucking figure this out right now.
I mean, I got 7.1 Corsairs.
Oh, and here I am playing with like a Logitech Marathon mouse and a bargain basement mechanical keyboard. It's like one of those special, what is it, the CM Storm fucking things. I got it for like $60 on sale. Everybody else is playing with their Black Widow chromas and their fucking Acer Predator monitors. I got like an Acer like 27-inch, just right in front of me.
I got some old ass TVs as monitors.
That is absolutely true. When I was there the last time I was there for the Incubus show, I stayed the night in there, and I woke up and I was like, I mean, well, obviously the first thought I had was this whole place smells like BO. That's a given. That's the first thing I think of. But the second thing that I thought of, after I had collected myself and got one of those out, then I looked over at your computer and I was like, man, I really you know how they have the Make-A-Wish Foundation? What I was thinking in my head was I wish that I just had the ability to be a philanthropist for salty, nerdy douchebags in their houses who are getting all pissed off playing Battlegrounds or whatever they're playing because they're playing it on a screen door in front of a CRT monitor. And I just want to pimp their battle station. I want to just get $4,000 together and just put them together like a fucking monster case.
Why you gotta pimp his battle station? I gotta play on a fucking Mac.
Oh no,
you're building
Dylan.
a battle station currently.
Boy, you have to play on a 2K monitor with a very limited selection of games on Steam. Whatever will you do? Oh, I don't know. Boot camp it.
Well, that's what I do.
Exactly.
Listen,
I can't help it that the iMac has a laptop graphics card in it, Dylan. That's just how it is. I know what they're like. You're never gonna get, unless you get the iMac Pro, you're never gonna get a fucking a 1080 Ti in your Mac.
I think I'm pretty good on the Macs. I got enough Macs. I don't need any more.
Yeah, I think you're fine. But I don't know how I got into that.
Looking at my fucking computer.
Yeah, looking at
talking shit about my room.
Yeah,
those are 1080 monitors. They're not bad.
Yeah,
the refresh rate on them is probably pretty good because they're small.
Your TV is way better than the other one. I don't think the other one's 1080.
All I wanted was to go on and get you one of those they're not super expensive. They're $100, maybe $60, $70 a piece. 23-inch Acer high refresh rate ROG monitors. That's all with the G-Sync. That's all I wanted. Just get you 2 of those.
Did you say
put them up on an arm.
$170?
No, I think he said 70 to 100.
No. I said $170 for the G-Sync, the high refresh rate monitors.
Where the fuck are you getting a G-Sync monitor for $170?
I thought that's what the running rate on those were for like the smaller ones, the
G-Sync?
22s and 23s.
What is G-Sync?
Huh?
It's like a super fast refresh rate.
Yeah, they're like they're the ones that most like
G-Sync's
professional
like-
gamers would buy.
G-Sync's Nvidia's like
It's their
like,
protocol for
it's
like
the
high
profile
refresh rate.
name.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
some of them are. They say they're called FreeSync. I think FreeSync's
Oh,
like
that's the non-branded one, right?
yeah. G-Sync's the branded. FreeSync's non-branded. I'm pretty sure. I was just looking at monitors.
Oh wait, I think we got that mixed up. Oh no, AMD's thing is FreeSync.
Oh, okay.
But it's 144 hertz. Any monitor that has 144 hertz or higher is like a FreeSync monitor. Because typically the common refresh rates for monitors are 60s and 120s. I don't know. Maybe the 120s are the ones that are like 170. Whatever. Fuck you. What?
I said you shouldn't be going on the internet. You're lagging out.
Oh, just doing that just fuck me right over.
It did.
It did just your video, not it didn't mess up
It
your
doesn't
voice or
fuck up your
anything,
audio, but
like you just desynced from your voice hard.
Good.
that you get for recording in the fucking scoop room.
In the cave.
In the
I'm
little
already
toilet.
sweating my ass off. I feel like I'm Ace Ventura inside that rhino in the
Say
second
why
movie.
you don't got any clothes on?
I'm just like water. I don't. If this is what Becky deals with while she's in here painting, I don't know how the fuck she does it. That's why all of it, like, she gets so angsty. She just makes abstract art, and she's just sweating her ass off in here, just like painting, like with her fist, like drawing big circles on a fucking canvas and sweating all over it. So the other things.
Splatoon 2.
Oh, yeah,
Splatoon 2, yeah, I did want to.
I was just bringing up stuff we all been playing.
Yeah,
I'll give you a little scoop on Splatoon 2.
scoop it.
Probably my favorite Switch game so far.
Yep, I've heard it from a lot of people that it's probably one of the best
I
ones.
think I like it better than Zelda.
Wow, that's
When I say
high
my
praise.
favorite Switch game, I mean it's my favorite Switch game. I don't mean
Yep.
besides Zelda. I don't know. It's really
Yep.
fun. It made me realize that the Joy-Cons are a real shitty controller.
Because the way that you're playing it more than likely is, the format of this is that it's essentially a first-person shooter. Kind of, it's a third-person shooter.
Third-person shooter. No, I'm playing with the motion controls.
What do the motion controls do in the context of the game?
Okay, so basically you aim with it.
Oh,
You run around with the one stick. You kind of like aim up and down and left and right a little bit with the other stick.
kind of
and
like
then-
a not terrible version of Red Steel.
Yeah, I guess kind of. Well, you're holding the system.
Yeah, you don't play it on the TV.
Yeah, I don't really play on the TV, but you're holding the system.
Right.
Think of it like the DualShock 4, how it's got the motion in it, where you can tilt it back and forth. So it's, I don't know, the analog sticks on the Joy-Con are fucking terrible.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They don't feel good when you're actually controlling it because they're tiny nubs. It makes me kind of want to get a Pro controller. So maybe they feel better on a Pro controller, but I'm so used to like the Xbox 360 sticks or the PS4 sticks where they're nice big chunky analog sticks that are on a big ball. They're not like these little fucking nub things that really just don't feel good.
I think the Splatoon
but it's still
bundle that comes from GameStop comes with the Pro controller, probably for good reason.
Yeah, but it's still really fun. I play online a lot. Mostly, I only did the first. The single player is like a basically an obstacle course with a boss at the end of
Right.
it. So like you're painting shit and you're squidding around, squid kid, fucking shooting these balloons and everything else, trying to get, and then you fight a boss, and the boss battles are pretty cool. And there's different weapons. I don't know. It's a
How
fun
long
game.
is the campaign?
It doesn't seem very long. I think I beat like I only played the first level, like up to like the first boss, and I think it took me probably about a half hour or so. And
Okay.
I want to say there's one for each weapon, and I think there's like 5 weapons. So
No,
I
it's
think-
pretty short.
if I had to guess, it's probably like 6 hours or so.
It's still not
altogether.
that bad for like it's a shooter.
Yeah, that's still.
Yeah,
It's more for an online anyway.
Yeah,
right?
it's more of an online game. It's kind of just, but like when you do the single player stuff, like you can unlock stuff for online too. So you get like weapon upgrades and shit like that.
And have you transitioned from TV to screen playing it?
I pretty much only play it
What's
on
your-
the screen.
Okay.
I don't really play it on the TV too much. I don't really play my Switch on the TV too much.
I was curious about that because I don't know what most people's general experiences are with the dock and with the TV and having the Switch, whatever you do.
I did start it I started it on the TV, but I'm mostly just moving around the house, just playing it like downstairs or whatever, on the shitter.
Don't talk to me, Mom. I'm almost.
probably or something. Or just
Watching something. We got something on in the background, just playing some Splatoon. Fucking like driving a
some
spaceship
Splatoon.
to the fucking space.
Yeah. I kind of was entertaining the idea from a mobile gaming perspective since I'm going on this trip next week and I'm going to have zero money forever. I was thinking about just wanting to get like a 2DS or something. That was the first thought that I had in my head was I was thinking about some of the old DS games that I used to like to play, like when I had the original one. Dawn of Sorrow and, just all the old the Mario Kart game. Any of the old Mario games on the original DS were really, really good. It's a huge library, and I feel like for $60 you can get one refurbished straight from Nintendo. Like they have all of them on the website, and you can just it comes in all the colors, and
the brick?
you can get all the carts. Yeah, the big brick.
What the fuck are you got the big brick for?
You should get
It's
one
not,
of the new ones.
You
Get
can't
the-
really travel with the big brick.
Well,
It's like a goddamn
I kinda-
dinner plate.
I kind of thought it's not that big though. I thought it was like this huge. I mean, I thought it was this huge
Like
thing,
a-
but
no, it's
the whole thing is kind of scaled down, real short scale. Like
Yeah, it's small, but it's still it's small, and it's a brick.
You're talking about
I just
DS,
thought for
right?
$60
Yeah, the
that
2DS.
it'd be
Yeah,
fun.
the original 2DS.
Yeah, the square one with the two screens on
Oh,
it.
that's
I don't know. I thought that I was watching some of the reviews on it, and people actually they kind of like that form factor.
It's not travelable though.
Well, I guess the new 2DS is like $140.
Yeah.
I don't know if at that point it's still relatively an impulse buy, but at that point I was talking to Dylan about it, and he's just like, well, then why don't you just fucking save up for a Switch? But by the end of when you feel satisfied that you've bought a Switch and you bought the games, you're past $500. I mean, you're well past it at that point.
Yeah.
Even
but
if you get the Switch for $300, the
are
basic
you really
one.
gonna go
then-
back and play those DS games that you want this for?
I really do like Dawn of Sorrow. I
Are
really
you
like
gonna go
that
back
game a
and
lot.
play it though?
Huh?
Do you really think you're gonna go back and play it? You don't even
I-
play the games you got now. The games that you buy.
Well, I don't have any mobile system at all.
What-
So I figured if I did anything that I could do something that just wouldn't I wouldn't be sinking a lot of money in if I weren't really disinterested in it by the end of it.
Yeah, and if you want to just play DS games, just go and buy a DSi or
Lite or
DS
whatever,
Lite.
the DS Lite.
yeah. If that's all you want is to play DS games,
Well, I know that some
then
of
you
the
could probably get one of
some
those
the
for like
3DS
$50.
games.
That's a better idea. I wouldn't. That 2DS is.
Well, even if I got the even if I got the new 2DS, the flippable one or the I don't even know what it is.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
It's, like
it's
all
basically
Right.
a 3DS, but it doesn't have 3D.
right, and I'm fine with that because I don't really care. It's a gimmick to me.
Well,
But
yeah, and not only that, most of the games coming out for 3DS that are coming out are just like, well, we don't have 3D support anymore.
they've disabled it, right?
It's like, fuck it.
So what the fuck is the point? So in my mind, if I did end up spending $150, maybe I bought some of the new games that are coming out for it that have gotten good reviews or would be games that I was interested in. I'd be interested in the new Mario Kart or
Do you like
the
Zelda?
new Super Mario, yeah, anything, any of that
The
stuff.
Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time are both on 3DS.
Also, Link Between Worlds is supposed to be pretty good. It's like the sequel to A Link to the Past. That's supposed to be really good.
I wanted
there was a couple of Wind Waker spin-offs too that
yeah, the Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah,
they were both regular DS games.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, so maybe I guess Andrew's saying that I could just get whatever one is like the last, whatever one that was the last DS to just support the original games and just go back into that catalog. And then it could be, at that point, again, it could just be like a fucking lark. If I don't care and I don't play anything on it, I haven't lost anything. It's like, and even if I dig it out every once in a while if I could get a used one for $50, it'd probably still be worth it. Because then you could just go on eBay, get a bunch of like loose carts or just, used DS games for like $5 a piece. You could buy if somebody's got like a good lot on eBay, you could get it for like $30-$40.
You get all sorts of repo for
Sega.
No, the God damn it, the Pokemon games. Like if you like Pokemon games, there's all sorts of repo Pokemon games for DS that you could get real cheap instead of having to pay like, the expensive price for it.
I know there is also, and not like, I don't really care to do this sometimes if it's not like completely seamless, but I know that there's some soft mod support for some of the older DS systems and shit where people can do like the load games onto carts or flash carts and shit like that where you can get to play anything or whatever.
Yeah, that's real easy to do. You could just
because I get turned off if it's real shitty to do it. It's like, fuck.
You had to just buy. It's basically like a DS cart where a micro SD card goes in, and you just dump ROMs on it, and you can play.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called,
so that's really secretly the subtext to all of this is
steal
that
your shit.
Oh my god.
What I really
I want to rob Nintendo.
What I really wanted was something that allows me to do like a Raspberry Pi, because I had the Raspberry Pi here that's got Emulation Station loaded on it. It plays like a fucking 5,000 every game in the world.
Full free.
And all I wanted was something that's like of a reasonable form factor that had a nice screen on it that I could just pop that in or build it around it or assemble it or whatever, like a case with a screen on it that had some decent buttons and it turned it into like a Neo Geo fucking Pocket. I that's all I was looking for.
You can make a
There's a couple of
Raspberry Pi mod thing.
There's ones out there where people have taken like they've taken like a Game Boy Color, put a Raspberry Pi Zero in it, and they've wired the buttons up. That's possible.
Then you don't want to do that.
There's also
you just want to plug it.
No, I don't.
You just want to get it gone.
I want to turn on the fucking thing, right? It boot into Emulation Station.
Play it once, and put it right next to your pile of shit.
Of other shit.
That's it. That's all you want.
I tried to do the same thing with the PSP. I failed miserably. I tried to turn that into some sort of bullshit retro console. It fucking failed miserably.
Did you buy the wrong one?
I bought the correct one.
Oh, that's a surprise.
I bought the correct PSP to do that, right?
What's it? The 1000, right?
1001 or 1000, one of those.
1000 something.
So, I bought that. Got it. I just bought it off of eBay. Bought a used one. Opened it up, turned it on, charged it up, everything else. Turns out somebody had already done it. Somebody already soft modded. So that I was thinking, oh, okay, they did some of the work for me. So I naturally thought, okay, I'll just clear out what they've done, and then I'll just put on all the games that I want to put on. Hook it up. He bricked the fuck out of it. I didn't spend that much money on it, so I didn't feel like a complete jerk. Like, I was able to do a couple things with it. Like, I loaded games over to the top of what he had already done. Like, I figured out how to do it with the software that he had installed on it. But it was completely unintuitive. He'd put, like, a bunch of just stupid bullshit on there.
So it wasn't even running, like, the PlayStation firmware? It was just...
It was running a modified version of the PlayStation firmware where he'd customized a lot of the visual assets and, like, he just bogged it down with a bunch of shit. And I couldn't even get it to flash back to the original firmware. Like, I tried to do a tethered reset, like where I do a tethered flash on the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it didn't even work. I couldn't even get it to reflash. He legitimately, like, soft bricked it. to the point where like I could go in there and turn it on and play what's on it, but there's barely anything else you can do.
And like, no,
it looks like garbage.
It's not even recognized as a PSP.
No, he had gotten it to the point where he knew he had to sell it because he didn't probably know how to get it back to where it, and I didn't think I was any better, but I was at least able to recognize what he had done. So that went in the fucking drawer. I probably got it for like $40. I don't know what I expected. But yeah, that's what I want. I really want a retro handheld console that runs smoothly, allows you to load ROMs onto it pretty efficiently without much. I mean, if you just got a micro SD slot or whatever, that's what I'm looking for.
I mean, I just got a Sega Nomad. They got another one at the store. You can like just load up a bunch of ROMs on a Sega cartridge. It brings 6 AA batteries per every hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on the game you're playing. Slap that on the back of it.
Fuck the environment. We're playing Sega games on the go.
Or you could plug that bitch like right into your car or something. Get one of those 12 volt adapters for the lighter hole.
I'm running through the airport on the way to fucking Pittsburgh, throwing out a Ziploc baggie filled with fucking batteries on the way into TSA.
What are these for? My Sega.
A nuclear reactor. Like
that's
the other thing.
Handheld.
It's gotta have
classic.
It's gotta have reasonable battery life. That's all I ask.
Come on, you telling me 6 AA's for 2 hours ain't reasonable?
Well, if they're rechargeable. Your microtransactions are you going to the front kiosk at Walmart, hastily buying the cheapest batteries you can possibly buy, and like those huge
jamming Ray-Backs in there.
You probably get a half hour out of those.
the dollar store Duracell.
You got too many, so you're doing the finger thing to see if it's a good battery. You're just like squishing your fingers on it. It's like, oh, that one's done. Squishing this one.
I'm sweating my ass off. It doesn't help that I'm laughing and I'm literally locked in a sauna right now. My face is as red as a fucking tomato.
That you're starting to get uncomfortable. You can see it in your eyes.
You want to go get a drink of water while I take a pee?
Oh, great! You're gonna tie it in. You were waiting for me to crack, so you go take a piss.
Like, who's gonna crack first?
All right, I guess I'll go grab a cold, refreshing beer and try to fan myself while you piss.
Okay, cool.
All right, break. So I'll cross off the 2DS. Not gonna get that.
I mean, yeah, don't get that version. I would recommend if you do want to get a DS though, like you could get, I don't know, wait until the new 2DS goes for like used or some shit like that, or refurbished. Yeah. This way you have the whole library of the 3DS stuff that has came out to come out.
It won't even take that long for these devices to come down quick because they got so fucking many of them.
Right.
And then they're going to start focusing on the Switch. So by the time the $150 new like flippable 2DS comes out, I can probably just get that.
Yeah, and then if you really
for like
to have
$90 or $100.
If you're really looking to get a handheld, like for now though, like the DS Lite is like the second generation DS, in that you probably could find one of those online for like $40 or some shit like that, and that's
it wouldn't. I wouldn't mind that at all. It's just as long as the battery was still okay and like it's still like reasonably reliable. I would definitely do that. Just again for some of those old games, they were so good.
Mm-hmm.
So back in the saddle again. We talked about Battlegrounds. We talked about Splatoon. Maybe I'll change gears a little bit here.
Skirt, skirt.
Skirt, skirt. Back it up.
Beedly whip.
I'm gonna interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. I don't know why that reminded me of that. Anyway, did you watch
I did.
the? Okay,
I forgot to tell
Just
Andrew
me.
though.
Shit,
Okay,
Rick
good.
and Morty?
No.
Oh. That comes out tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Season 3 starts.
Is it out tonight? Season 2?
3? Season 3.
3. Sorry.
Yeah.
So Rocco movie coming out. New Hey Arnold movie coming out.
I have not watched the Hey Arnold movie trailer, but I did watch the Rocco trailer.
Okay, good.
That looks like it's gonna be pretty. That gave me goosebumps. Like
Oh
when they
my
like,
God.
stepped out of the house and shit. It's like, oh.
I
Wait, we talk about
you know
the Rocco
the
one first?
You might as well.
yeah the part about it that I liked a lot was that they made their best effort to get the original voice actors. They do sound different. It's been 20 years since they've done these characters.
They
But
sound
like
pretty good though. Still.
Tom Kenny is still Heifer, Carlos Alazraqui is still Rocco, and Mr. Lawrence is still Filbert. And they sounded great. That was the part that I was really nervous about. Cause like you grew up with the whole thing, and it's like you got these like voices in your head, and when they're like even a modicum amount different. Yeah, I have. I mean, other than the other ones, right? Other than the other ones that are constantly in my head, they managed to kind of rekindle them again. There's some inconsistencies in it, and they actually made the animation really good too. They didn't try to church it up real much, like a lot.
That's actually one point I wanted to bring up when I was watching both of them, is that the animation looks like what you remember it, but if you were to go watch it, it looks shitty.
It's what you exactly what you want.
Just like when you played a PlayStation game, and as you remember it right now, it looked fantastic. It was the greatest looking fucking game you ever seen. You go back and look at it, and it's a bunch of fucking triangles glued together. Like those shows were all blurry and like, but.
Yeah.
It's crisp animation. It's just when I was watching, I'm like, this is exactly. If I were to go rewatch these shows, they wouldn't look this good. But this is how I remember them looking.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fully realized version of what it should have been.
Yeah.
What Joe Murray or any of the animation or Joe and Sola Bahir or whatever that guy's name is for Hey Arnold, those dudes had like a very clear sort of idea about what they wanted it to look like, but the limitation at the time was so heavy technologically that.
Well, I'm sure it's what it looked like in person, but once they actually
once you bring it over,
like you only get a certain resolution out of
the
television.
The thing that I loved about the original Rocco that they kind of retained was that even though it's this newer, crisper, smoother animation style, they left all of the insane perspective work.
Yeah.
Meaning every building is like a fucking crescent shape. It like no corner in Rocco exists on a fully 3-point perspective. Like nobody's using a ruler. They're drawing the shit and it's like all over the place, and it all looks like it's on like one tiny little planet that's like 50 meters wide, because every building is like tilted, and all the cars when they're driving, it's almost like they're driving like over the earth. It's a crazy animation style, and I'm just glad that they retained it. And I like that they're making a comment about the modern world as part of it.
I almost was watching the trailer. I'm like, this was and is Rick and Morty for kids. Like,
oh yeah,
it's pretty much the same thing. Not even for kids, but like
They
scaled up
clean
the raunchiness of it too.
Yeah.
Like that, which I'm hoping like they don't lose it too much though, because that was like part of that show's glory.
Oh my god!
How bad like the jokes really were, like in all the innuendos that were in everything. Like that was great when that show.
when they came out with that one network, I don't know if it's still on. It might be. It's the '90s Nick Network.
Yeah, I don't. I think they just do that during the weekend or something now.
Okay, because I remember
I think Nick 2 might do it. Might do it still, but
I remember in a limited sense when that network was actually on, and that's all they showed was just like '90s Nick all the time. They had a Twitter feed going at the bottom of the screen during Rocco, where people would tweet hashtag Now I Get It, and it was just all the 24, 25-year-old people now at that point that had watched Rocco in the past. All of those jokes went over their head, and then they would write a tweet like, "Oh my God, Balzac." Hashtag Now I Get It, like, and all of that shit, like the oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, the sex line thing with Mrs. Big Head, like, it's amazing, and it just keeps uncovering itself over and over. Like, you watch it, and you'll always find something new, like in the background or something. I mean, the world was so dense, and it was densely filled with like really fucking awesome sexual innuendo. Really subversive, and they didn't lose it. It doesn't seem like they've lost it.
I mean, you don't get a real big.
I don't know about the sexual. Like, even like some of the jokes were like more like not even thinkers, but like a kid wouldn't really get like even the iPhone joke where he's like, "Oh, I got the iPhone 7."
Yeah,
it's like, I just got the iPhone 8, and then like the worker comes out and slaps a 10 over the the thing. Like, that's like a joke you only get.
That's some very heavy social commentary that they're pasting on top of this, like, real lighthearted type of thing. That's what I like about it. I like that they're
also,
that
I'm pretty sure they're making these to play to
the audience to
that audience, not they're not like, oh, the kids are gonna watch this one.
Yeah. And it's cool that they're doing that, because it would be a money grab if they were like, we're gonna try to grab a new Rocco audience. It's like,
well, if they were going to try to grab they would have just done a new season. I don't think they would have done like a movie.
Yeah.
A movie doesn't, doesn't cost them the money that a season would. Like, it could just be like a one-off, or like nighttime 90s. This week we're showing the Rocco movie. Ha-cha-cha.
I think the other point to make with that is that if they were going to try to do that, they would have done it like what they did with Teen Titans.
Oh, it's awful.
So, like, they did the Teen Titans Go thing where they were like, well, we've lost. I mean, you had a really good, pretty consistent audience of, like, young adults that watched the original Teen Titans show, which was more based on the comic books than anything else. And now they were trying to capture some other audience that was, like, way younger, and they just rebooted it. They even had an episode where one of the villains was the rebooter, and they broke the fourth wall, blew up the fifth wall, and fucking nuked the sixth wall on this episode. Whereas, like, they even showed a clip from the old Teen Titans, the anime looking Teen Titans, in Teen Titans Go, and the villain was trying to reboot the show again. He's like, don't cross me or I'll try to reboot you. And it's like, just look at what you used to look like before. And then he brings up the monitor, and it's like an old episode of Teen Titans, and Robin's like, oh my God, I used to look so hot. It's like, so weird. What the fuck am I watching right now? I don't want no Rocco's Modern Life Go, is what I'm saying.
Which is what it would have been had they decided that they were gonna make, just like Fairly Odd Parents got to a certain point where they kind of rebooted it in the show by bringing in Tinkle, or whatever the fuck his name was, the baby.
There was that, and then also that even the new shit, Timmy has to share them with a girl.
Yeah, so it's like,
what?
They kind of make it like, it gets to a certain point where they're like, all right, we gotta go back and catch this age group again, because they're not getting it now.
Yeah.
But this is the age group that'll grow up with it again.
I'm so glad, and I mean with Arnold toys too. Like, Arnold, they're gonna make you deal with the shit that Arnold. I mean, and Arnold is a much more serious show. like many episodes of that show were super heavy, and like for kids they kind of made you deal with a different set of like fucking more adult themes. It wasn't adult themes in the Rocco sense of where everything was a sexual innuendo. It was adult themes in the sense of like an episode like Pigeon Man, where that shit was like legitimately sad, even for a kid's show.
Yeah.
I mean, you found yourself after that episode watching it now, where you're just like, oh my god, that's fucking dark. There's many other episodes like that.
Well, that's how the trailers differed, because they were showing you like this was the tone of this show, and Hey Arnold was basically a flash, like it was pretty much a new animation of flashbacks of like stuff that he dealt with, like, oh yeah, Arnold helped me through this, he helped me through that, and then Rocco was just, oh, we're going, just cracking jokes like as they're going through town, basically.
It's kind of funny that's how they chose to go about both of those. That Rocco's modern life they brought into the modern age, and kind of what they did with Rocco was, or with Arnold, is that they sort of just brought it into they advanced forward in time, but just enough to where they can look back on it. It doesn't seem. It seems like they're still in their same universe. It's still in the Arnold universe, whatever that amalgamation of like New York and Chicago and like that.
Yeah, it was
the city they created.
It was just a recap of what happened, basically. And
it's crazy that they reanimated that stuff too.
Yeah.
Like they took like that original footage and they sort of reanimated those clips from the old show. Kind of like that episode of Family Guy where they go back in time and go to the original episode, the first episode, and it's all in that terrible shitty art style. It's kind of a subversive way of handling that, like acknowledging that the first episode of your show looked like shit, and then you send your characters back to it, and so like you have the really well animated characters, and then they're looking at these like fucking practically stick figure piece of shit characters,
flat.
Like
literally look like
horrifically flat animation errors and all other shit. So yeah, Rocco and Hey Arnold. Very excited about that.
I thought it was fake at first.
I did too. When I first saw it, I thought it was like a fan thing or something.
This is like the first confirmation that I'm getting that it was actually, those are real things, though. To be honest. I thought they were just shit people posting on Facebook. Yo, look at this. This is cool what I found. Doesn't this give you nostalgia? Like, oh, it's a modern twist. Some fucking fan did on Rocco. Like, listen to the voices. They even sound the same. Like, oh, man, this is that's pretty awesome news, though, that they're real.
Well, yeah, that they're real, and that what this might mean is that if these things are as successful as they're planning on being, that we'll get tasteful adaptations of a lot of the other shit that was on there, that was on Nickelodeon at the time. I mean, I still feel bad about the fact that SpongeBob past season 4 is a pile of shit. And like, when you try to watch it, like if they're playing episodes of, and I mean this is a testament to what Dylan was talking about earlier, it was like the crowd change. When you watch the episodes of SpongeBob that they play on Nickelodeon now, they're not playing anything before season 5. Like they're playing like fucking Karate Island and beyond. I can cite.
What season's Karate Island?
That's like season 5.
It was right after the movie came out.
The movie was awesome. It still had all of the original sort of quirk and good writing that the first like 4 seasons had. Then the movie came out, and then
the movie was basically the end of it.
It really was, and it's so weird that that's what it was.
Yeah,
it signaled this like weird thing where they just then improved the animation, changed everything around, lost all the original writers except for like maybe 1 or 2 of them, and then the whole show went to shit. It turned into a really creepy show, like legitimately like creepy in a childish way, like Yo Gabba Gabba, or like it was just oddly psychedelic, or like it started to go into like a direction of like
Well, that's what the
not
kids
in a
like
good way,
with
like Adventure Time
all
did.
their ADDs. All the kids got every kid's got ADD now, so they need flashing lights and fucking stimulation through the whole episode. Otherwise, they won't pay attention. Then who's gonna buy the toys, Brent? Think about the toys.
Dylan in the fucking boardroom at Nickelodeon. It's like, all right, gents, how are we gonna make it so that Rocco and all these other things are gonna be good? We gotta have flashing lights, and we gotta have.
They're in this weird time period where they won't give them any Adderall, but they have the ADD. We need to be their Adderall.
All these kids are out there, age 14. They're already smoking dope. Okay, so we gotta give them some entertainment that'll be good when they're on all the dope. They've injected 100 marijuanas.
Have you smoked that stuff nowadays? It's purple.
It's got
Back
all
in my
these
day,
little
it was
hairs
green,
on it.
and it was wet still.
Back in my day, I was smoking wintergreen mint.
Chewing on
Oregano.
spearmint leaves.
That was the stuff.
Oh, so it always devolves into the 1950s ad man for some reason. The extra read all about it guy. What the fuck? I don't even know what the fuck I was saying. SpongeBob. After the movie, they improved it. It made it really weird, super subversive, and it's fucking unwatchable. The Handsome Squidward episode, it was so bad that it became a meme because they animated Squidward's face to look like a handsome dude, and it was terrifying.
The movie.
Oh, then maybe it turned. Maybe are you sure?
The Handsome Squidward thing? Yeah.
It couldn't have been before the first movie.
I hated SpongeBob always, so I really don't remember any of
Easy. That was easily before the movie.
Well, then it must have been that season 5 or 6 came before the movie, and then it was that. But
Karate Island was after the movie.
Was it?
Yeah.
That sucked.
And
you know why?
That's the first time I heard you say this episode of SpongeBob sucks. I don't know why we were talking about SpongeBob at that point in our lives, but still.
You know why, though? This is exactly the reason why. There was a thing that was... When I was living in Sherrill in the Mint Greenhouse, I don't know, it must have been... Maybe I was just before a senior in high school. They had a countdown. It was the first, SpongeBob countdown. It was over the summer, and they were the top 100 episodes of SpongeBob. And if I were to ask you or anybody else, what would you think would be the top number 1 episode of SpongeBob if you could think of one off the top of your head?
The swearing one with the dolphins.
That was up there.
Or the hash singing slasher.
I think those are probably both in the top 10. The one that I asked a lot of people about it. What do you think your favorite one would have been? And they all said Band Geeks.
Okay.
Which was the
And the winner takes all
episode.
Well, now that I think about it, yeah, that's probably up there too.
They went through the countdown. A lot of the lower episodes, from the 100s to the 30, 100 to 30, were a sprinkling of the new shitty ones and some of the older pretty decent ones, like Chocolate with Nuts, those episodes.
Krusty Krab Pizza.
Yes, right. Well, no, Krusty Krab Pizza was way up there.
It's the only one that I've known so far.
That one's way up in the fucking top. But the thing was, this is the best part. You get to the top 10, you're seeing everything that you think is the top 10. So it's the Chocolate Nuts episode, Band Geeks, the fucking Sailor Mouth episode, all of that shit, the Hash Sling and Slasher, all those good episodes. And then you get to number 1. And number 2 crushed me. Number 2 was Band Geeks. And then number 1 was fucking Karate Island. And I was like, this episode was released probably 3 or 4 months before this list came out. And that's that's like the rock and roll. That's like them trying to figure out who we're gonna induct into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think we should induct Slushy into the Rock and Roll fucking Hall of Fame. I think he's been around for a long time. He's paid his dues. He's selling out. He's doing a good job. Let's put him in there, and he wins it. Slushy gets inducted by Skrillex, who also just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame a year before that. And I digress.
You're real passionate about SpongeBob, damn.
That episode has been haunting him probably since that point because he always brings that up.
I'll have to look that episode up.
I fucking love that episode. I mean, it's that for me. Like the top 5 SpongeBob episodes are like.
No, I'm talking about
Geeks.
Karate Island.
Oh yeah, that episode is so horrific. You know what I should do? Maybe for homework for the next one, I'm gonna go back and watch it. I'm gonna write that down right now. I'm gonna watch Karate Island, and then also like
just do a live reaction video of it.
Ooh, not a bad move. I'll probably do a whole series, kind of like what Ego Raptor did for like sequelitis. I'm just gonna end up doing a whole series about when I think series went to shit. Just do a reaction video to this. Like, this is the episode where it fell off. Here we go. We're gonna go right through it. I'm gonna show you exactly why it's shit. And then people in the comment section are gonna be like, "Why the fuck does this 26-year-old asshole
care?
Give a shit?"
This much.
That's gonna be where the comedy comes in. Hopefully. So, enough about SpongeBob. I'm going to Jamaica next week.
Oh, for business?
Jamaica
or
me
pleasure?
crazy.
Well,
Jamaica.
oh boy, you better come up with a good one.
Don't you Jamaica me come up with a good one?
Jamaica me physically ill. Dad's getting married.
Oh.
He's and everybody kept rushing him.
To a Jamaican woman?
Yeah, that's what it is. They're getting married in Babylon. Yeah, we're going to Jamaica, and my dad's finally gonna tie the knot after 23 years being happily unmarried to who I would probably at this point consider my stepmom. So I'm going to get out onto the beach with my beautiful red and white complexion, and I'm going to proceed to burst into flames.
Yes.
And then after I burst into flames, I will quickly pat myself out, put on some aloe vera, put on a pair of white linen pants, perhaps a tasteful Hawaiian shirt that's completely open, maybe a sun hat of some kind to protect my already fragile
Your already burnt skin.
complexion, my already burnt skin. We're looking for like KFC standard recipe, not extra crispy, so gotta put the hat on. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out the kind of things that I want to do in Jamaica. One thing I don't want to do is get murdered. That'd probably be maybe number one on the list.
There, don't they?
What?
They got bananas there, don't they?
They got bananas there, probably.
Can you go on a banana tour?
Go down to the concierge and be like, so what do you recommend for the tours around here? Oh, don't you worry, child. The best tour you're ever gonna take in your life, you're going the banana tour. You're going here, and we bring you to all the best banana trees in Jamaica. You're gonna love it.
Oh.
Okay.
Chiquita.
Okay. I think I'm into it. I'm into it now. So we do get free bananas on the tour, right? Oh yeah, all the bananas you can eat, child. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. How much does that cost? Sign me up. Here's. I'll lay down the card. Here you go. So, once I get done with the banana tour, maybe go on to the less exciting things like
Coconut?
snorkeling, maybe like a waterfall
They
tour.
got coconuts too, don't they? You might as well hit up all the fruits while you're down there. You might never see them again.
Now, dang, I've never seen one of these coconut trees before. I'm just I'm a city slicker. I don't think I've ever seen.
Where am I? In outer space?
So, after the banana and coconut and pineapple tour,
Oh, I almost forgot about pineapples. I would have been pissed if I left without seeing the pineapple fields. Did you know they grow on bushes?
that's the tour, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good rest of your trip.
I didn't say spend all day on the banana tour. Just do the banana tour, is all.
You gotta see everything. You can't. Don't just take the chintzy banana tour. Don't take the tourist banana tour. Here's a secret. Just fucking tell a cab driver you want to see the real banana tour, and then you'll get to see all the real shit. You know, the stuff that makes Jamaica Jamaica. Right?
Here's the best part. They take you out on a banana boat to a banana island.
And then they beat the fuck out of you with bananas and take all your money.
Yes.
That's the best part of the banana tour.
They ship your head back to the United States in a banana crate.
Oh, fresh out of Babylon is your head.
They got caves and shit out there, don't they? You could do like a
They
cave.
got.
How long are you gonna be out there for?
5 days.
Yeah, you should do like one of the cave things. Go spelunking or something. Do something exciting. Don't be a bitch. Fucking banana tour.
Oh, because caves
Listen,
are
there ain't
better.
nothing.
I can't eat a fucking cave.
Isn't a fucking banana to be found in this bitch. There wasn't even any bananas on the way in. What kind of fucking tour is this? So, waterfall tour, maybe an actual legitimate tour you could go on.
That would be cool. Yeah, they have cave tours
I'd
though.
be thinking about that. Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. The problem is,
You could
Is
die in a
that-
cave.
You could die. You,
you
can fall
you
off a
ain't gonna
waterfall.
die. You're gonna die when a banana hits you in the
Yeah,
head.
you're gonna fucking die when a
Yeah,
goddamn
you just
banana.
open up your mouth and it slips right down your throat. Tasty.
When a banana spider bites you in the neck and you fucking die from the poison.
Just because they're called banana spiders don't mean they hang out on all the bananas, all
Well,
right?
you never know.
They'll be everywhere, all right?
I mean, if you're in
I just
goddamn-
found a banana spider out on my
you could
front deck
follow
earlier.
a banana spider to the bananas. The banana spider could be your banana tour guide. I'm sure he knows everything about bananas because it's in his namesake. He's Mr. Banana, the banana spider.
Well, that's a T-shirt for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna write that down, Mr. Banana, the banana spider.
With a big spider with bananas for legs in the middle.
So,
Come take Mr.
Anyway.
Banana's wild tour.
welcome to Mr. Banana Tour. I'm your host, Mr. Banana. So Jamaica.
You're making me want a
That's the place that I'm
banana.
going. Yeah, Becky, I'm going to Stewart's. I'm gonna get a banana milkshake. I'm fucking parched. I'm completely derailed.
Fuck Jamaica.
Fuck
I'm
Jamaica.
completely
No,
gone.
none of us
I
have been to
don't-
Jamaica. We can't tell you about Jamaica.
Well, not that you couldn't tell me about it. I guess I just was trying
Appleton
to-
rum tour. How about that? That's a real tour for you.
There we go.
Right after you do the banana
There we
tour.
go. I would love to do some snorkeling. Maybe get a massage.
I heard
Goes back.
they smoke catnip in their weed, so there's that.
Also, there's
what the
jellyfish.
hell?
So when you go snorkeling,
Yeah, watch out for that. You don't want nobody to have to
Yeah.
piss on your leg.
yeah, stay on top of the jellyfish because the bottom's where they bite you, shock you.
So if you're
Sting
gonna pet a man of war,
You got.
You wanna just
It's
go
like a
in this?
porcupine. You got to go against the quills. You don't want to tickle the undercarriage. That's how.
Ooh.
That's how you get you. Ooh, you inked me.
They bring me to the hospital. Oh, I think you're very low on potassium. I'm gonna give you a banana just so you feel a little bit better.
Should've took the banana
What the
tour.
fuck is it with this trip? Jamaica. That's crossed off the list for today. I don't think there's much more to say. Other than maybe I'll try to go partake in some dance hall music.
Or parasailing. You could probably do that in Jamaica. That's
Could probably
You
do
can do that
that.
on Lake George. You can do that down the road.
Yeah, but I mean,
But there ain't gonna be no banana trees below me to look
exactly,
at
right?
when I'm in the Lake George.
The scenery is gonna be way better floating around fucking Jamaica than it is gonna be the bio infested.
What's a bio?
Like,
Andrew's
like
trying to
Resident
make
Evil.
yeah.
Yeah, oh, there we go. That's a Resident Evil reference of the week.
Boom, dun, 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 dun. That's that
Just
Jamaican
said the
music.
secret word. Ah! Oh my god. If I'm sweating this much in Jamaica, I might as well call it quits right now.
You might as well. 'Cause it's
90
probably
fucking
gonna be
degrees
hotter.
every goddamn day. This room.
You gotta do me one favor.
Okay.
You gotta go to a swim up bar,
Yep.
drink a pina
And that's
colada,
And then take a piss
and
right
take
there.
a piss right there.
Everybody's just sitting next to me, and they're like, "Did the water just get warmer?" And then it's just me. This is for Dylan.
I'm living your dreams so you don't have to.
with a banana in my hand and the pina colada and another just fucking shoving it right in my mouth.
Can I get a pina colada with a banana for a stir?
You guys got hollowed out bananas. I could use it as a straw.
That's called the peel.
Whatever. I don't care what it's called. Just give it to me.
Whatever.
I want to suck this fucking thing through a banana.
Speaking of that, dude, holy fuck. I guess the general consensus when it comes to the bars at like all-inclusive resorts, they pour the fuck out of your drinks because they want you to everybody wants you to get fucked up.
Well, yeah.
So, like
why would they care if there's a lot or a little in it?
no,
not
they
paying
don't.
for it
Well,
anyways.
they care in the other direction. They want a lot to be in it because the shit that you have to buy, they want you to be drunk for. So you just like you get all fucked up, and then you're like, you know
the
what?
tube
Maybe a
straight down
banana
your throat.
tour would be good. I know it costs $200, but I guess I'm real drunk right now, and I want some bananas. So I'm gonna slap down the Amex. Here you go. I'm completely wasted right now. Bring me on the pineapple tour too. Just keep charging it. I don't care.
I'll get fucking take me around this bitch.
Dude, whatever fruit tours you got, I'll take them. I'm a fruit ninja, baby.
Get your bank statement. It just says Jamaica banana tour, Jamaica banana tour, Jamaica banana tour.
Go again, go around again.
It's like you're on a roller coaster with no line. Keep it going.
Just new people get onto the bus. It's just like, hey, I've been on this tour. It's wait,
Yo, watch
just
this,
this
watch
part.
this is the best part.
This next part coming up, fucking dope, dude. This one they
Check
shove
those
the
leaves out.
bananas up our ass.
I got 6 up there right now. I've been on this bad boy all day. It's like I'm sitting on a fucking tree trunk.
This next part, the banana spider dude, you're not gonna believe it.
He talks.
Oh my god. Mercy. Phew. That's all I got.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
could be it. We could do my other
Oh.
topic a different time.
Oh, okay.
Consi-
When I get back from my whirlwind journey,
Yeah.
maybe I'll do some vlogging from Jamaica on the banana tour. Post that up on the
It's
page.
fucking better.
If I don't see any
It's just
pictures
that
of a goddamn banana, dude, I'm gonna be pissed.
All right, guys, I'm here on the banana tour. Okay, I got my banana. Behind me is this person I just met on the banana tour. Hey, what's going on? All right, yeah, cool. We got
How
bananas.
do you feel about
Yeah,
bananas?
They're all right. I don't know.
Also, I'm not in Jamaica. I'm in the Bahamas because it turns out Jamaica doesn't have bananas. But I made a promise to my fans. We're seeing bananas.
What you got there?
A spider.
Oh, banana spider.
Yeah,
It was literally, it was like.
he was controlling me.
He
What
heard you
happened,
talking. He was the one controlling you to talk
Did we
about
start the
bananas.
podcast?
It's like a fucking brain slug.
Guys, are we starting this yet, or?
Remember, you can't always be band geeks. Sometimes you're fucking Karate Island, that piece of shit episode. Remember that the audio links for this podcast are located below me in the comments. Dylan usually puts them in there, so I don't know what the fuck he does, but somehow those links make it in the bottom.
To be fair, they're
And
more below me. Cause you,
below Dylan.
Because you're on stage right.
I don't know where the fuck I am right now, even in my world. So whatever.
The description stage left.
So if you're looking to pick up some Chiquita bananas, the links will also be in the description.
Probably not though.
And
You ain't getting no
if you happen,
I'll link you to my my Amazon pantry wish list. It's just filled with different Chiquita bananas, plantains, mini bananas,
Pineapples.
red bananas. You could, I mean, if you want to send me some of those, that's all you gotta do is go to my wish list.
That is the Jacket Off podcast. I'm out.